I want to be
listen,
real
I
about
will
this.
not. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not.
In that interview, all right, you said to me, show me evidence of what stuff you're saying, show me screen captures or whatever. And I'm going to be honest with you. No, I was never going to do that on the fly because I'm the kind of guy I want to make sure if I'm going to do something like that, I want to make sure everything's safe. I want to make sure it's correct. I'm not going to send you something just to say it wasn't good enough. I want you to show you the definitive evidence to prove what I'm saying or whatever. Okay. So I'm thinking in my head during the interview, because I didn't know you were going to hit me with that. Honestly, I thought you were just going to ask me questions and I was going to answer. I didn't know you were going to say, this is your opportunity to actually clear this up. I never thought you would do that. So when I'm thinking in my head, okay, how can I prove it? How can I do this? How can I do that? I need to get this stuff together for you, right? And you had left the door open. And in fact, this is what near the end of the interview, we were talking about this. If you want to, clarify everything, you can send it to me after we're done here. We even left the door open for that, correct? You remember that, right? I'm not making that up. That was correct.
Right. And to be clear, I actually have our emails pulled up.
Sure.
Which if you have those pulled up, I think that you can read your part and I can read my part just so everybody is on the same page and there's full clarity on all this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I don't need to read them. I know exactly what they say.
Well, I think it's important just so this is us talking, but
yeah,
we'd be ignorant to say that there's not a couple, few thousand people who once again, this is part of the story of how we got here, right? So I do think it's important because I don't want to leave any context out. So do you mind if I read our emails after the just our back and forth that we had after, because I think it does provide context to what we're talking about here.
Sure. This is the email that was sent after I got off the show.
Yeah.
Because I believe there was an email then, and then I emailed you again after I'd eaten dinner about, are you available? Are you going to be checking this email box? And that was where we had left it. And then the next day you emailed me something in the morning, correct? That's the chain of events.
Okay. So I haven't, it happened on, I guess we talked March 16th of last year, right? So you emailed me at 8:18 and said, "Hey Craig, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on how the show went. I really hope that it was a big benefit to you guys. If so, this may have been the only time in history that my infamy has actually helped something. I know you'll want to get back to normalcy, but I'm looking forward to hearing from you again about the possible next appearance. My viewers are telling me that they think that you and Adam were too harsh, but I disagree completely. As I told you on the podcast, you are nothing but fair. But there is pretty much 100% consensus that the Keemstar bit was intrusive, gave him free plugs for his own content, and took away about an hour that should have been more on topic. I didn't mind. I didn't mind, but that's the vibe my viewers are sharing with me. I would likely be best for a repeat appearance to just be us, to avoid people feeling like it was a quote surprise or trick or shock me. How often do you check this email? I'm still 50-50 on showing you my Champions account at this point, especially because of what Keemstar said. I feel nobody would believe you even if you vouched for me, but I respect you and still considering it, despite the fact I'm incredibly scared my info will once again leak and hurt me. So that was the email that you sent me at 8:18.
Okay, which was 5:18 my time. Well, actually, I don't know what time zone you are, but it was
Central. So 6:18 your time.
Gotcha. Okay? So it was right after dinner. Correct. Okay. Now I will clarify what was going on. Okay. Now, did you see my show last night where I told the truth about WWE champions for the very first time? Have you seen that at all, or did you just hear about it?
I had a clip sent to me, but I haven't like watched the whole thing. I've watched like 90 seconds of it.
In a nutshell, all right. Yeah, the account was mine. I had it for many years, and after years of harassment by my detractors, I sold the account. Okay. So at the time that we're doing this interview, I don't have access to the account, so I can't prove really anything, right? All I could do is I could show you like a new account, which is the account that I had currently. If you remember, you would ask me straight up in the interview, hey, do you still play WWE Champions? Yes, I do. But it's on this new account. It's not the original account that the detractors knew about and were stalking me for all these years.
Phil, I don't really care about WWE.
Okay, no, fair, but
really
here's
I
understand, but you have to understand the situation. So I'm saying to you, I'm 50-50 on sending it, but if you had said to me, yeah, okay, I'm still open to it, I was going to show you the new account. I was going to try to explain all this to you and say, this is why I can't just on a whim show you everything. It wouldn't have worked. You easily could have said, oh, you made this up. This is a bullshit new account or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a convoluted story. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your response to me reaching out to you saying, hey, I have the information. I'm 50-50 on it. What was your response to that?
Yeah. So, and once again, let's make sure we have all references here. It's you send that March 16th at 18 p.m. So it's evening time for me, right? My morning routine is I wake up and I start prepping for the show, right? So we're live at 11. I'm getting up. I'm getting prepped for everything. I have not checked this email, right? I've not checked this email. And because I told you prior to, in our original correspondence, I don't check this email. I don't check this email very often. Sometimes it'll go weeks before I check the email, right? So this. So so you send me that email. The following day, March 17th, I respond at 7:45. That's the next time we have any sort of correspondence.
Is that AM or PM?
That is PM.
Okay.
So it's been about 23 hours.
And you've already done your show for Friday. It's already taken place. Okay.
It is done. So here's my response to you. I said, and I felt like this was a very fair assessment of things. And you could tell me if I'm wrong. I said, hey, Phil, I think the show went okay yesterday. We talked about it at length on today's show as a debrief. I think we all left the interview mentally exhausted and feeling incredibly frustrated as at the end of the day, we want what's best for you, man. The things that are laid out about everything, the WWE mobile games, the bank stuff, etc., it just doesn't make sense, man. There's too much evidence saying it's yours, and your only evidence is just saying it's not. I feel like we gave you multiple opportunities to turn this thing around, but you just seem so dug in. Even in the face of insanely detailed evidence, you wouldn't take it. Even with Keemstar coming on, I tried to lay out the similarities you feel towards him and the way people feel about you based off of things that you've said online. It was tough. Honestly, I'm just disappointed, man. Like I said, I and we want what's best for you, man. We very much do, but you have to want what's best for yourself. When you're ready to take that step, I will gladly help you, man. Help you, man, on your journey. You deserve to get to level 2. I know you can do it, and that's the email that I sent to you, and I think that was very fair. I did not lie to you and be like, hey, Phil, it was great. It was spectacular. Can't wait to set up number 2. As I said in the email, we were exhausted from it, and mentally tired from it, physically tired from it, and we talked about that. We talked about that on the following debrief. So had we done that debrief immediately after the show, chances are we would have said the exact same thing. Probably worse. But you can see in that email, we felt lied to. We felt exhausted, right? And the reality is, Phil, we were lied to, right? So, and, self-admittedly, you said we were lied to, and we knew that. So naturally, when somebody lies to you and continues to lies to you, you're going to be upset.
Right.
So we were
Fair
upset.
enough. Okay. So I will confirm everything that Craig just said is true. That is correct, was what was in those emails. I know for a fact that's exactly how it transpired. Okay. So now he said it. I didn't say it. He said it. He literally read the emails word for word. No one can say that I made this up. Okay. So we got to follow the order of events. I'm on your interview. 5 hours, hard-hitting questions. I lie to you about WWE champions. You leave the door open and say, you can send me the information after to clarify all of this. Okay? That was said directly in the interview. You agree to that, right, Craig? You did say that. I go on my show. I say, that was a good interview. I'm okay with it. I even email you, say, I'm okay with it. I'm 50-50 about sending you the stuff. Do you check your email? You literally just publicly admitted you don't check your email. Right?
Well, in this situation, yeah, it'd been a day. Yeah.
So you ended an interview, the hottest piece of content you had ever made at that point on Side Scrollers. You knew all eyes were on you. You knew people were looking to see if I was going to follow up with you and send you this information. And you decided not to check your email, but instead to do a show ragging on me the next day.